I respect President Trump as much as I do my own dad.
Now, this is an entirely different level of derangement. Yes, we're getting right into it because this man, Tom, is too grown to be kissing up that much to a terrible excuse of a leader like Donald Trump. Buckle up, guys, because we got a lot to jump into as we continue to strip the MAGA facade day by day. What you also see is sometimes they seem to be able to do that themselves without even realizing it. Welcome back to Raw America. If you enjoy our content, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Now, to kick things off, we just got to hear the reasoning for this because I know for certain it's about to be some MAGA bootlicking BS.
Because I know what's inside him. I know where his heart's at. And I've never met anybody that loves this country so much as that man. Now, look, is he perfect? No. If you want the president to be perfect, you better wait for the second coming of Jesus, because I've never met a perfect man in my life.
You know where his heart's at. Since when did he have a heart? We know that Donald Trump and the remaining members of MAGA have been on a great streak, whether deliberate or not, at humiliating themselves, all for the sake of being crowned a good boy by the likes of a man as incoherent as this.
Thank you very much, Zippy. It's good to see you. Look good. Under the last administration, Sleepy Joe Biden and the radical left Democrats, I changed it, it's dumb. I will probably always, until they become reasonable, I'll use a U instead of an E. It's very simple. Most people don't know there's a B in dumb, so it's a very simple change. I take out the E and I put in the U, and they're Democrats because their policies are so dumb. So that came out a little while ago, and they hate the farmer too. So do you know that they hate you? You know that, don't you? Anyway, the Democrats.
Well, thank you so much, Donald, for that well-needed spelling lesson. Although you need far more lessons than just spelling, such as in leadership, basic mathematics, tactics in general, and the base level capacity to utilize that left hemisphere of your brain. Maybe then the people who still somehow associate with you, like Tom Honan, can stop living his daily life in constant paranoia, like as if he's in a real life episode of Narcos.
I know what these people deal with. I know the death threats are up 8,000%. I know that personally. That's why I'm surrounded by security detail. I got 24/7. I can't even go to the grocery store without security detail. But to the haters and cartel members who threaten me, come get some, because I'm tired of you.
Now here's a refreshing plot twist of ex-MAGA member Thomas Massie, whom I know must have Trump slamming his desk anytime he hears that man speak, voicing his true thoughts on Donald Trump's constant cry for help when it comes to the elections.
I'll vote for the SAVE Act, but I think it's a distraction from our real problems. I think it's ironic that we control the House, the Senate, the Supreme Court, and the White House, and we're yelling election fraud. I mean, we won all the damn elections.
Man, I just love to see it when another fellow MAGA member bites the dust. But I will say, all right, a small bit of a salute to you, Massie, for speaking up and putting your reputation in front of the Republican Party on the line. Well, these days, specifically MAGA. And it gets even better because Tucker Carlson has not seemed to let his foot off the gas on exposing Trump's deceitful ways either.
People literally voted against an Iran war when they voted for Trump. They voted against an Iran war. Now with Biden, and Trump said this during the campaign, I was standing right next to him, voting for Biden, or Kamala, or whoever, whatever zombie they put in to represent the interests of the ruling class, that means a war in the Middle East, endless wars in the Middle East. People voted for Trump so this wouldn't happen. They voted for him, they got it anyway. They got exactly what they would have gotten under Biden, or under Chuck Schumer, or pick your Democratic leader. It's the same thing.
And let's get into the reality of where those consequences of Trump's constant lies have landed us at, even when MAGA and Trump's disciples consistently try to tell you otherwise.
Debate my friend Mitch on some of what he just said. Look, gas prices are not up, they're down. Below $4 a gallon nationally. Oil's trading at $71 a barrel. We don't run the gas price tracker on the screen anymore for a reason, you know? I mean, it's because it's a non-story. The pool was vandalized. You keep bringing up the pool. It was vandalized by people who were so broken-brained about our politics, they went out there and vandalized the pool. It's in the court documents, which you can read yourself today. And as it relates to cost, the Republicans cut taxes. Working people all over this country got major tax refunds. We have a booming job market. We have a stock market that's up. Right now, we have an economy that's on the upswing because of Republican policies. And we've got insane Democrats winning primaries promising socialism all over this country. Those are the facts, and that's the argument that will be carried to the election.
Mitch, I'm going to let you respond, but Scott, on two things. One, on the gas prices, I mean, the president doesn't think they're a non-story because he was sounding like President Biden yesterday, saying that these companies are gouging people, saying the DOJ, he wants to look into it, as he was arguing yesterday, because he doesn't think prices are coming down fast enough. So he's been talking about that. But
unless that man drives around blindfolded or just lives in the middle of nowhere, I'm not sure how he correlates that gas prices are down. You know, I simply can't understand how people like him are willing to come as the biggest delusional hypocrites, all to defend a man who even can care less about our economy, much yet even a standard necessity such as affordable housing.
Not the leaders, because they want to cheat. Their policy is so bad, they're unelectable.
Would you before you came to your desk, sir, would you veto it?
About what?
In the housing bill that you didn't sign today, that came
No,
to your
I
desk.
said I'm not signing the housing bill. I want to see what happens with it. Look, the housing bill is housing. I made billions of dollars with housing. I know housing better than anybody, maybe anywhere. It's all about the interest rate. Lower the interest rates, you can have all the housing you want. But you have to understand, I don't want to hurt people that own houses too. These people, for the first time in their lives, they have valuable houses. They become rich. I don't want to hurt them either.
Sir,
What you want to do is what good for everyone? Get the interest rates down. We have this numbskull that was the head of the Fed before, and he's a stupid person. And we call him too late because he was too late with the interest rates all the time. We need low interest rates. Low interest rates will solve everything. Will solve that. Now, despite that, we're doing well with housing.
Now, lowering the interest rate is one thing, but how about decreasing the actual cost of a home? Because all the interest rate really does is just make it more affordable to take on that loan. However, if rates drop without increasing the amount of homes that are even available to buy, that would make new home buyers flood the market, yes, but it will also increase the value of those limited supply of homes that are for sale even further unless new houses get built by a large quantity. But apparently, Donald doesn't care to sign.
We have these events being hijacked by the narcissism of the president who styles himself most like a king, and it wouldn't be a Trump event without no-bid contracts and the sale of access. Corruption is par for the course at this point. I think the Trump show has jumped the shark. I don't think many people are tuning in because he's lost it. But more importantly, what we're seeing is how destabilized he is by his global humiliation.
You see, the moral of the story is that we need to see these greedy bastards stripped of their over-the-top wealth that in all reality, they wouldn't even need for 2 to 3 lifetimes over, and start spreading it to the masses. Not only would the country, hell, even the world start to build itself back, but we can actually evolve into an entirely new baseline of society. It really comes down to which hands will take future control of the wealth and the power to really see a difference. Because if Elon Musk can become a trillionaire and we got money printers, then I know that something isn't right behind the scenes.